What's up, everybody? This is Lone Prepper, and today we're going to put a 24,000 BTU window unit in the wall. So stick around. Let's check it out. So right now I have a 5,000 BTU little guy. Doesn't do the job. As you can tell, because it's like 400 degrees. I don't know, you might not be able to tell, but I'm sweating. So what we're going to do is, I have 24-inch windows, and that was my mistake. But I didn't think about, that being a factor. Plus, it leaves my windows open. Open to be able to open and close them and do things as I need, and leaves a little chance for more light to come into the house. So I'm going to put it directly in the wall, right about here. And we're gonna do that today. So stick around. What we're gonna do is we're gonna basically measure. We're taking measurements right now of the window unit. My buddy Elijah's doing that. It's, I believe, 30 wide by 26 wide by 26 3/4 by, I think, like 19 or 18 inches. So we're gonna cut out a hole in the wall about that size, and then we're gonna kind of shore it up with some extra studs. I'm going to build it just like a window, king studs, jack studs, all that stuff. So it's going to be in pretty sturdy. So he's measuring stuff out right now. So let's go ahead and get started on the job. And so far, we've added a stud. That's going to be the end of the. That's going to be the side, the stud. We're going to put a king stud and jack stud on it. Or yeah, we're going to put the king stud up across top. You see where we've made measurements to cut that extra inch and 3/4, inch and a half out. I've already made one cut right there in the middle, and then I'm going to figure out how we're going to cut this. To make this cut, I used a jigsaw, Harbor Freight. Started on that one before we realized we need to make another measurement. So we're going to cut these out, and then we're going to put probably another stud over here just to be able to tie in and double the strength of this stud right here. And I've got plenty of 2x4s to do that. And then we're going to put our jacks, we're going to leave those and cut jacks out of those. And then we're going to put our king studs and our sill, I guess you'd call it a window sill, on the bottom. So far I've pulled the insulation, added a stud, and started cutting on one. So let me go ahead and get this all these studs knocked out, and I'll show you guys the most intimidating part, which would be drilling out the window. Alright guys, hope you don't mind the music. Is my buddy Casey Pilgrim. Check him out on Spotify. He's a real good musician. So what I've done is I've got the one of the king studs put up. I'm going to reinforce all this, so don't worry about that. I'm going to reinforce it. So I got the king stud up, and I've got 4 holes drilled on the corners. And then I'll take the jigsaw. What I'll do is I'll take the jigsaw and I'll cut along and make sure I'm following these studs, and then cut that window out, and it should be ready to put the unit in. And then I'll go over the outside and put trim in there, put some 1x trim. I'm actually thinking about doing 2x4 trim, get some #1 wood, because I went out and bought, the only thing that they had left was some cold, really it's pretty much cold wood, because I mean I wouldn't sell this as anything other than seconds or even thirds. I mean, you can't really see, but I mean it's not even got a sharp edge on the side. I mean it's junk wood I bought. So and that's the only place that had any wood. So you can see my buddy Elijah, he's on the other side, he's getting ready to start cutting. But yeah, all I've got to do is cut. Like I said, I'm going to put the jigsaw blade in there, cut along, down, over, and back up. And the reason I put drilled a hole in all 4 is so I can make it easier to make a turn without having to go over the corners several times to make 90-degree cuts. So that makes it a little bit easier on me. And you guys see I've got a few screws left. They're still loose because I've got a few screws loose. But I'm gonna tighten up this this jack stud right here. And I've already, this one is existing. So what I did is I just cut it right here, and I was able to right here you can see that small hole is where it was tied in from the outside into this stud. So I did put a couple right here, and I'm sorry, is this stud right here where the nails were holding this one together down here. So I put a couple more screws. I like using screws a lot better because it makes it easier. If something happens, I can just unscrew them and take it apart. All right, guys. So here we go. Let's get started cutting it out. All right, guys. So we've got this. We've got it cut out. I'll go into a little more detail and let you show a little bit better. You can kind of see where I followed the line and just kind of rode that blade right across here. And in some places, I kind of dug a little too deep. It's a little bit overlapping. It really doesn't look like it, but I'm going to adjust this and tie this in a lot better. This is just the overlapping. Let's see. I don't know how good that, yeah, that's just the overlapping from the tongue and groove. I'll glue that down and staple it, or I'll staple it and then glue it, and just to kind of keep the look. But I will go over it with 2x4 trim just to kind of reinforce it a little bit better. So it's pretty much cut out. All I've got to do is stick the unit in and run wiring, wire it up. So yeah, we're pretty much done. Other than like I said,
wish you could be here.
let's see. I don't know. Other than let me see. I'm forgetting something. Other than putting the window unit in and then trim, that's pretty much it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video. We'll go ahead and cut it here. I'll put a couple of pictures up at the end just to kind of show the window unit in place. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe. Keep prepping.